While speaking on a podcast last week, Teresa Giudice addressed Frank Catania's allegation Bravo had requested her to leave The Real Housewives of New York, Jersey, and disclosed which cast member she would want to see return. She also criticized Melissa Gorga for claiming her brother Joe Gorga prioritized work over their late father Teresa, and for using the infidelity accusation against her for a show plot. She also defended her connection with Jackie Gold and expressed perplexity over Frank's remarks. Frank Catania actions are unknown to me. I am clueless, she said as much on the August 22nd All About TR podcast episode. He's speaking stuff that I don't understand. I appreciate TMZ stepping out to refute it. Many thanks. Ken's I appreciate you being honest. Teresa stated that she would want to see Jacqueline Loretta returns to the program, even though no casting announcements for season 15 has been made as of yet. Jacqueline Teresa shared, even though she doesn't even reside here in retrospect. Teresa, who was charged with encouraging the public dissemination of an infidelity rumor involving Melissa, explained how Joe came to know about the allegation. After all, Laura, I did tell me brother other things she had told me, not that it was me really. Once I finally told my husband Ellis, or when he added, I think your brother should know this, pointing to Laura Marassa Jensen. Margaret Joseph's former friend Teresa then divulged this to him, yet she said they wanted to reveal it for once more a plot involving Melissa and Joe. They told my brother in secret away from cameras. There was no plot. I needed it, for I kept it hidden for the sake of the plot. They chose to make it public so that it could be seen on TV after Lewis confided in my brother in private and without cameras. I didn't want to become engrossed in the plot. When Teresa mentioned that it's customary for dads in Italian families to move in with their kids following the death of their spouses, she also made fun of Joe. My father and I have always been quite close, despite the fact that my brother was constantly at work. He always wanted to hang out with him. My brother always works and works, she said, referring to Jinto Gore's desire to move in with her following the death of her mother. Everybody works if you want to. You must schedule time for your parents. Teresa claims that Joe Giudice, her ex-husband, was similarly close to her father. That is one of my ex's strengths, which is why my father cherished him so much. She disclosed that Joe really spent a lot of time hanging out with her father together. They used to play cards. Joe was really saddened when my dad went away. As I recall, he was saddened even after my mom died. He loved my folks very much. He treated my parents very well. Parents also cherished him. They are aware that Joe had no intention of hurting me. Joe took my dad to Italy just before he passed away. Teresa mentioned that one specific scene from the show's earlier seasons, which she had just lately started to watch, stamped out her, as Melissa implied that she hadn't paid her bills. I'm always thinking about that our bills were settled, she disputed. They claim that they make Teresa then brought up a memento in which Joe and Melissa had a meeting con on financial advisor who made mention of her legal troubles. She stated that Bob Hare was my father's accountant at the time, brother's accountant, and my accountant. When I worked before meeting Joe, I was shocked to learn that he was referring to me as my accountant. I found it hard to trust what he was saying. My father would be at his door knocking if he saw it. Teresa was questioned about whether she would still be friends with Jackie if Jackie made amends with Margaret on the show. She wants not to see her in the future. She is not fond of her. Observed her true nature. Teresa said that she wouldn't become friends with her. I'm not sure how to act phony. Numerous individuals in our cast possess strategic thinking skills, adeptness at acting, or a habit of socializing with the intention of avoiding conflict. That isn't who I am.